So, Japan is quietly tightening the screws on immigrants. And most people outside the country have no idea it's happening. But is it targeted towards a certain group of people?
Listen.
Who are you? Want money? How? We don't care. Who are you? What do you mean?
Recording you.
Motherfucker, how?
What motherfucker? What?
Or is the law being applied fairly to all immigrants? We'll answer that in today's episode. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I hope you've been holding on as strong as Sanai Takachi held on to a new best friend recently.
My best friend.
I've been good too, in case you're wondering. It's been too long. I low-key forgot I even had a YouTube channel until I got a notification recently. 400 subscribers. After 2 years. Yeah, so started from the bottom.
Started from the bottom, now we're here.
We are still somewhere near the bottom, but Charlie, we are moving. Cheers to us and 2 years of whatever this has been. Now let's talk about what is happening in Japan right now and why it matters more than most people would think. Now, Japan is getting colder by the minute for immigrants. And honestly, it's been wild watching it unfold from here. My Japan-Africa episodes were some of the most fun I've ever made, no question. They were very entertaining. From the street arguments between locals, to the bar scam pandemic, to those GTA-style documentaries, the pimps, the blings. Yeah, those were good times. But now it feels like Japan is rolling the curtains on all of that because the boys are going home. I saw this coming a long time ago, but I didn't think it would happen this soon. Here's one of the latest cases coming out of Japan. Watch. And then they already have you in their grip. There's no way you can escape this. I don't know why this guy is putting up a fight. He said you're lucky we even have a plane. I think they would have made him swim back to Africa. Oh my God. Man, but this is pathetic. Really pathetic. Yeah, so that's basically what is happening. The common narrative out there is that this gentleman attacked someone and as a result is being deported. That wouldn't be surprising. The government suffered a lot of backlash in the past for their poor handling of cases of assault on tourists by touts. I covered that some time ago on this channel. I can't tell if this is one of those cases, but Japan has had the unfortunate luck of getting invaded by foreigners with very questionable behaviors. So they had this crackdown coming. This is no surprise to anyone. But this particular gentleman's story is probably sadder, and he may be less of a villain than is purported. Because apparently, there are some immigrants go into Japan under a type of, is it sponsorship system? I believe they call it the technical intern trainee program. The idea is to provide skills to foreigners. And it usually lasts between 3 to 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. But it has been described by many as a cheap labor pipeline. So Japanese employers are able to recruit cheap labor in the name of training them. And workers are typically tied to one employer. And leaving the employer, even for a justified reason, could lead to the cancellation of your visa. Nothing comes free in this world. If this system didn't profit Japanese more than it profits foreigners, it wouldn't have been enacted, right? And this system is kind of similar to what they do in the Gulf, with the maids that are recruited by agents from Africa and then literally sold to so-called sponsors in these Arab countries. Now, Japan's version is not as bad, not even close, but it is similar. You can watch my previous episode about African girls being sold on apps in the Gulf for context. Now, obviously, a system like this allows for a lot of loopholes. Immigrants can be exploited, they can be given unfair wages and poor conditions of service. And since you are tied to one employer, it is very hard for you to do anything about it. And if you somehow manage to break free from that old exploitative agreement, finding work to clear whatever debt you may have accrued, or merely surviving, or even to afford a ticket back home would be extremely difficult. And so a lot of these guys go to Japan with nothing but dreams. And when they overstay their visas due to no fault of theirs in a lot of cases, and they are caught, they'll send them back just like they came, with nothing. And some of these guys may even have debtors waiting for them back home because they had to pay middlemen in order to get into the program. So you can understand why some of these scenes are not as funny as they look. Sometimes those that are tagged as criminals are in fact victims themselves. And it is a system that is failing them. So the crackdown is very real. And at least one prefecture in Japan is offering cash rewards in exchange for snitching. So snitch and get paid. And it seems to be working. Now, some have criticized that system, calling it a type of xenophobia. So that is what is happening in Japan. So no particular group of people are being targeted. This isn't a race issue. Okay, if you are illegal, you're on the chopping board. Let me know what your views are in the comment section. Like, share. Catch you in the next one.